A US Air Force sergeant walked into the desert and never came back the same. Mid-1950s, often cited as 1956, White Sands Missile Range, southern New Mexico, a vast military testing ground, over 3,000 square miles of restricted desert, owned and operated by the United States Army, used for missile testing, weapons development, early rocket research. During the Cold War, it becomes one of the most sensitive military locations in the country. Remote, controlled, the kind of place where very little happens without being noticed. According to later accounts, two men are working in that environment. One most commonly identified as Sergeant Jonathan P. Lovette. The other, reported as Major William Cunningham. No widely available official service records have been publicly tied to those exact names in this context, but those identities appear consistently in the versions of the story that circulate. According to those accounts, they are performing routine duties, often described simply as surveying or checking equipment. No detailed logs of the exact task are consistently reported, but the setting remains the same. Open desert, distance, isolation. Then, something appears. Major Cunningham reportedly hears a sound, turns, and sees Lovett being lifted. Not pulled, not dragged, lifted by a beam of light descending from above. And above that beam, according to the account, is a craft, described in multiple retellings as disc-shaped, metallic, hovering silently, low enough to project a concentrated beam directly to the ground. Descriptions of the beam itself are limited, but are consistently described as focused, controlled, and precise. According to the account, Lovett is drawn upward into that beam and disappears. No prolonged struggle described, no warning, just gone. Cunningham reportedly runs back to base, raises the alarm. Search teams are deployed. Personnel sweep the area. Hours pass. Then, according to the reported sequence, the following day, a body is found, identified as Lovett. And this is where the story becomes widely repeated, because descriptions of his condition have been shared across multiple sources. Some accounts describe what appears to be precise incisions. Others describe removal of specific internal organs. Some versions mention a lack of blood at the scene. Others describe injuries that those recounting the story interpreted as unusual. The exact details vary between retellings, but the central claim remains consistent, that the condition of the body stood out to those who reported it. The story is most commonly linked to claims made by Milton William Cooper. Cooper stated that during his time in naval intelligence, he was shown classified briefing documents, among them material referring to UFO-related incidents, including what he described as this case. Another name often associated with the story is William English. English later claimed he had access to classified material, including alleged photographic and briefing evidence, which he said included this incident. Both men presented their accounts publicly, stating they had seen or been exposed to information within military or intelligence environments. In those retellings, the case is referred to as Missing Report Number 13, a designation said to be linked to Project Grudge, a real US Air Force program established to investigate unidentified aerial sightings and later followed by Project Blue Book, Within the narrative, this incident is described as part of internal documentation, though not publicly released. As for official position, the US Air Force has acknowledged Project Grudge as a real program and its role in investigating UFO reports. However, no official public statement has been issued confirming a case matching this specific incident, and no publicly released document has been formally presented that details this exact report. Yet the story continues to circulate through books, interviews, briefing claims, and retellings across decades, because at its core, the sequence remains the same. A routine day, a controlled environment, a man observed being taken by something described as not human, and a body later found under conditions described as unusual. Whether someone views this as a classified incident, a misinterpreted account, or something else entirely, the image remains: a figure in the desert, a light from above, and a moment that ends before it can be understood. And according to those who shared it, that moment was recorded somewhere as report number 13.